What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you are doing well. And in today's market, you need to diversify. And boy, oh boy, am I delighted to have a tier 1 partnership with BitHash. The CEO is absolutely incredible. We're going to bring him onto the channel soon. But that is a new turning point for me personally, because I will be working with this illustrious company, BitHash, in order to bring you the best in GPUs. And there will be a completely kind of a total division dedicated to this with the DXB, within the DXB team. But hey, I'm really happy to obviously pivot into mining. This is something that I'll be running as a company. If you need any mining requirements, knowing our current partnership with BitHash, feel free. My emails are always in the description. But this will have its own fully dedicated DXB website, and we will be expanding our partnership with arguably the best company in Dubai when it comes to crypto. Mining, all the mining rigs, mining tools, everything is there. Of course, as always, I'd like to also big up Nansen.ai. Listen, DXB Crypto is gaining a lot of partnerships because the information we put out is serious. We're not a Mickey Mouse channel. Regardless of the views or whatever happens, we are a top tier content with a lot of value, right? And that value starts with Ethereum. So yesterday I did some Ethereum legwork, and if the market continues the way it's going, I can tell you Ethereum bottom will be just under $2,000. Nobody else can tell you that. No one else in crypto is willing to put their neck out and say, based on this structure, we are going to go to about $10,000 Ethereum, but I do believe what you're looking for is anything below $1,200 or thereabouts, $1,500 is a bear market. In fact, anything below $1,800 will put us back into range for about $1,382. We're not going there. If we don't see a bounce from the lows of $2,400, I definitely believe that the lows will be for structural reasons. They are definitely going to be around this level. Now, if I bring this down, now you will see it absolutely to perfection. And this is the move that Ethereum has respected all along this cycle. So there you have it. There is your tier 1 Ethereum information. Of course, what happens to alts from there? Well, we are still in relatively crazy fear, right? But the market is looking towards kind of like, based on the information we're getting, fear and greed index is at 12. Of course, extreme fear yesterday. This greed I've never seen. You know, that is absolute BS. Last week was extreme fear, because obviously if you're buying crypto here as opposed to here, or even, you know, if we split this is the buy side, regardless of anyway what's going to happen to crypto. Oh, it's going to zero. We are going to crash. All of that BS doesn't really matter. This is the buy side. Anything here is buy side. This is sell side, right? So if I ask you as the most intelligent man in the room, or for me, you know, if I act as the most stupidest man and I say, hey man, would you had $1,000 invested in crypto, would you sell it at 80% loss, right? Because anything below here, that's what we get. Or we say 20% profit or 200% profit or whatever it might be. Which one would you take? 99% of people would say, look, I don't sell in fear. I only sell in greed. But in actuality, when it comes to it, people don't absolutely do that. You know, they are just, I don't know. There's just something about selling in red that is way more attractive than selling in green. And it doesn't make sense. But like I said to you many times, again, you know, we are known for this content that gives you a clarity in the market. You know, I'm not here to try and put hopium in you. But if you look at this, and if you look back at April's greed, well, we still have this bit to fill, right? We still have a few more days, whatever. Even let's say at the end of the year, it doesn't really matter for me. But what I'm seeing in the market is fear in April, pretty much replicated here. The only difference now is we have whales. So we have OG OG whales, right? We have mining companies under pressure. We have Michael Saylor, good old Saylor. Now, if you look at Michael Saylor, right, like I told you yesterday, I did actually put some, if you look at the price of Bitcoin right now, what we're seeing is the price of Bitcoin here is 85, so just under 86. And Ethereum, I mean, let's just look at these two in particularly. Ethereum, right? We're looking at Ethereum today, a bit more focused into the altcoins. Remember what I've been telling you for best part of a year now. I was like, yo, unless we bottom in a particular chart, bull markets don't get triggered. Oh my God, was I right? If you look at this, if you look at this chart, guys, I've never seen this before, and you see this chart here, and you may think, oh yeah, but this is not this time is that. No, it's not about the difference, right? Like you can see the sell-off, you can see periods of heavy sell-off, but 2017, right? 2017, 2021, and definitely 2025 will all be triggered by what happens at this lows. Trigger, boom, trigger, question mark, because what happened was we have tipped into it, like literally capitulation brought us here, but we haven't had a naturally dip into it. But that's what I'm expecting. It's as simple as that. That's going to happen. Now, one of the reasons why things are not moving fast is because of the macro. The macro is tight at the moment, and hence the reason why it was strategically viable for me to partner with the likes of Abdulaziz at BitHash and the people like that, because during bear markets, or bull markets, regardless of the market, crypto mining is such a powerful thing that I could do it in my backyard. And the CPI being cancelled in October because of government shutdown. Whoa, wait a minute. What's happening with the odds? Well, the Fed is now with 16 days to go, right? The odds of a rate cut have evaporated, and we are going to hold rates. It is now 75%. Rates remaining the same. So get ready for 2026. Regardless of what kind of bounce we have, if we get a bounce, we sell. And of course, like I said to you many times, I mean, I was the only person saying in the entire market, go take profit and sell back in July and August, because that's the last time we had decent euphoria. Nobody can accuse me of saying don't sell. I've said specifically taking profit doesn't hurt anyone. But what I will say is if we have this 24%, right, and all the data from the Fed right now, from the government, right, so Bureau of Labor and Statistic is basically axing all the reports. What does that tell me? The Fed wants to wait for January. Why? Because in January, you get to have a better view of what's going on in the previous month and how bad it is in terms of the overall labor market and what's going on. So what I would say is this is what to do. Number one, if you see a pump or a dead cow bounce, right? Fucking sell, right? That's what you do. If you see a dead cat bounce, you sell. Like I said, I do believe that we will test 90. I've put these in the VIP Discord. You should join our VIP Discord and take advantage of that, right? Number two, if you don't have a short list, okay, create one. Create a short list. Why? Because short list, what they do is they give you the opportunity to buy quality, because all of this stuff is going to evaporate, right? It's going to evaporate and you need to buy quality. Now, what I consider quality is projects that have a real life use case. So anything that is, for example, RWA in here, I've always looked at Ondo regardless of market cap, because I do believe Ondo Finance offers you a great opportunity to actually own the premier RWA project. So I'm looking for leading projects is what I'm saying. I'm looking for second cycle projects if this is a bear market, and I'm looking for things that will appreciate in value. And even as they come down, I don't mind DCAing into them. Okay, so RWA led by Ondo. You can make a case for millions of RWA projects, but I'm just saying in terms of what I would focus on in each niche. Now, the other one is ISO 20022. Okay, this one I would probably definitely give it to Zebec, but by and large something that I've actually reported and I'm proud of is a piece of study that I've published in the Discord, which is RWA specific, but also ISO compliance specific as well. Now, the ISO are, of course, you have your XIS, you have your XRP, XLM, XDC, Algorand, ADA, and a few more, right? XDC and all of these. Now, I'll take Zebec over them. Why? Because it's newer, it's fresher, and it's a smaller project. But Zebec has the ability to do, I think it's called NAT Pay Now. So that gives it an exposure to ISO. Then what I would do is I would go with AI, and come rain or shine, I would buy TAO, right? Come rain or shine, I don't care. If it's up here, okay. If it's down here, even better for me, DCA. DCA, because this is a fundamentally different way of thinking of the futures, like NVIDIA, like big AI companies, like OpenAI. I think Bittensor TAO is heading right there. Then I would come to L1s. Now, the L1s for me are very straightforward. KAS, because KAS's capacity, network capacity is such that it is very speedy, right? Speed and capacity, and it's obviously proof of work. So all of the fundamentals are there, although the risk is higher in terms of the exchange listings and the fact that they are noble, you're not paying for anyone. But I would actually accumulate KAS. I would also accumulate, and the fact that KAS obviously has no T1, right? So there's no tier 1 exchange listing. So that is a bullish catalyst. Come towards 1 cent, I don't care. I would buy some KAS. Then SUI. Now SUI's firework for me will start, okay, below, I would probably say below $1. If SUI comes below $1, that would be absolutely generational. Regardless, it is a bear market hit list. So I would accumulate at any given Sunday, right? Ecosystem. Well, if you're buying SUI, you're buying the ecosystem. And if SUI is up, obviously, and you get a low cap gem within the ecosystem, like your low fees or whatever, low fee, and some of the, you have Walrus, you have so many good projects. You have the DeFi, you have the likes of CETAs, you have so many projects in the SUI network, Debug. So that also all prints SUI later down the line. Okay. Then we go to Deepin. Deepin and AI are the biggest use cases in cryptocurrency along with RWA. Nobody can argue. Of course, layer ones are general purpose. Layer ones you're supposed to buy. But here I'll be looking to go even deeper into the Arweave ecosystem. Now, whether that's Ario, okay, AR, Rio, or AO, doesn't really matter. At this particular moment, I'm more interested in the layer one. Now, people will argue Filecoin, ICP, and all of that. Each to their own. Those are good quality projects as well. But between TAO and Arweave, I should be owning a decent chunk of the most useful narrative along with RWA. Why? Because this is the, let's say this is the power. Deepin is the power, and AI is the mind or the thought, right? Processing. They cannot do without each other. Okay. So in summary, what you need to do, again, there is a list of 10 projects in our bear market hit list, okay, in the Discord. I published that about well over 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I've updated it. And then only buy what you believe in, okay? It's a free market out there. We are not in a planned economy. We're not socialist. We're not a communist dictatorship. We're not a far-right government. We are open democracy, not financial advice. Every person can buy what they want. But most people don't have a vision because they've been conditioned to buying a meme coin for 100x tomorrow. And that ain't going to happen anytime soon. Hope you like this video. Don't want it to get too long. Check out this incredible partnership here, BitHash. Like I said, I will be offering a lot of the services and we will be going back to execute these services through BitHash. So stay tuned for that. God bless you all, guys, and have a lovely day.